Welcome back to another episode of Craft Corner. Today I'll be tackling the garden. Last summer was my very first time starting a garden. I've wanted a garden for years and just never did it. Last summer I went ahead, I got out there and I started a garden. And I must say, I loved it so much. I was just quite surprised because I'm not an outdoors type person. I don't like bugs. I don't like sun. But I just went ahead to see if I could actually do it. And guess what? I did it. So this year, I want to do a few things different. I wanted to go ahead last summer because I had no experience, didn't know what I was doing, didn't read anything. I just got some seeds, went out there, dug, put the seeds in. I want to do things different this year by starting my seeds in. I've been saving egg cartons, and I've also been saving toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls. So I did notice besides the seeds that I had started sprouting beans, and I used egg cartons for the beans. So this year I want to go ahead and get a jump on my garden, and I'm going to use the same method. I'm going to go ahead and fill these up with dirt. I'll water them, and then I'll show you how I'm going to store them for the next couple of weeks while they start to sprout and everything, to go ahead and get a jump start on my garden, because the success I had last year, I'm planning to really double it this year. So today I'll be doing carrot seeds, broccoli seeds, and corn. And yes, you can grow corn in an urban neighborhood. And then some things that I'm going to get back to later in the year. I won't start them, I don't think now, maybe. I'm going to do these in different sessions. I'm going to start with these three, and then maybe next month, because I know the squash will grow. I had an issue with my cucumbers and zucchini. Once again, I was a beginner, so I overseeded, and I did not know how much space summer squash actually takes. So therefore, my summer squash dominated my zucchini and cucumber. Although I love squash, I was hesitant, was I going to do it again? But I'm going to go ahead and do it again. But I'm going to plant differently. And this summer, I will also show you the garden once it's warm enough to break down and take the garden outside. So I think I'm going to do these I'll start with these three. Maybe next month I'll do these. And then I have different types of seeds. Also, I have some of the burpee, but I also had I got these at the Dollar Tree. So I was interested to see, are these going to grow? But then I love sunflowers. I don't know why I didn't plant them last time, but I'm going to plant sunflowers, and I'm very interested to see if the loofah will grow, because there's so many things you can do with loofah. So I'm very interested. I've made soaps and put loofah in, so I thought, why not try loofah, and since I'm out there anyway, and if it works, then I can incorporate in soap, which will be another episode of Craft Corner a little bit further down the line. But without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to take some soil and fill up the egg carton. I don't know if I should, maybe I'll do. So if you're thinking about starting a garden, like I say, these are tips that I've come across and I thought that I would use with the toilet paper, empty toilet paper containers, and the empty paper towel containers, along with the egg cartons. I also, because these are going to go, once I fill them up, planted my seeds, I have plastic bags, I'm going to mist them, and I'm going to use, I've been also saving the bread ties, any type of bread or buns that I'm getting, because I'm going to use those to tie it, to try to create a a greenhouse effect, because once I do this and once I mist it, I'm going to tie it loosely, and then where I'm going to sit these, they're going to have direct heat coming in, so that'll keep them warm. I'll keep the lights on them for about 6 hours a day or something to keep them going. So if you're interested in starting your garden early, if you have not started, I would say start collecting these, your eggshell containers, your toilet paper containers. These things come in handy in the long run. And you know, you don't have to buy that, I've seen people who buy, it's a little black tray and it has sponges in it, or you can put your dirt in it. This is free. We eat eggs, we use toilet paper, and we use paper towel. So this costs nothing. And I'm pretty sure for the progress that I had with my beans last year, that I'll have the same effect this year. The beans sprouted in my egg container, and once they were ready, I just went ahead, took them outside, and I planted them into the dirt outside. So let's see how big these carrot seeds are. Let's see. So hopefully this year, wow, these are awful small. So what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and fill the whole carton up. I'm going to do some with the columns, some without, and then I'll come back and show you me putting the seeds in, and maybe wrapping up one, or to show you the full effect of everything. So come stick with me and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back and I filled out my egg carton for my carrots. My corn, because the kernels, when I open them, I'll show you they're rather big. I went ahead and used my toilet paper, paper towel rolls for each one, because I don't know, the seeds are rather big, so I'm thinking that they're at a very young age going to sprout a little higher. So just as a precaution, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now here are the carrot seeds. They're very little, so I'm really unsure how much to do. So they say put it in a deep worked well, sow seeds thinly in rows. So I guess I will put a couple, because I did get carrots to grow, which is true. However, I think I may have either planted them too deep or not deep enough, where they didn't have enough space to grow. And I'm just basically trying not to duplicate the same things that I did last year. So my carrots, basically, I grew baby carrots at the end of the day. That's what it boiled down to. But the fact that I was able to grow them was enough for me to go ahead and try it again this year. A lot of things that I tried to do didn't necessarily work. I think I'm going to mix these in, and I'm just going to put just a little more dirt to top it off. Just a thin layer. I might as well go ahead. It's just a egg carton shell, so it's not that much dirt. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit more dirt over each one. And eventually I will show you how to, I took actual black-eyed peas and lima beans from the store that I had purchased. I took those, I sprouted them in paper towel, and that's how, then once they sprouted, then I put them in the egg carton, and I have had lima beans and black-eyed peas. Now, granted, I did not have enough to, to eat, but, I mean, I don't know. I guess when I go ahead and do I'll show you, do a video for it, that I'll go ahead and maybe show you how much I did get. But I mean, it still was exciting to know the fact that you took something that you have sitting in your cabinet, sprouted it, and you got more from it. So I think this is good. This is my carrots, and then I will show you how I'm going to store those and label those. But I wanted to get over here and get to the corn, because like I said, the corn, you can feel through the package how big those seeds are. So we're going to do corn next. The corn basically is just corn seeds. So how many are you supposed to put in here? 2 to 3 inches apart. I think what I'm going to do, with the amount of seeds that I have, maybe 2 per slot. And then I'll come back with more dirt for these also. And then, because I have a ton of these, I've been saving for quite some time, I'll just do 2 things of corn, 2 things of carrots, 2 things of broccoli, and just do like that, because you never know with gardening what it take, what won't take. So to be on the safe side, I mean, what's the harm of having extra? You can always use it for yourself, freeze it, you can give it away. So I think that's what I'm going to do for each one of these. Once I have my initial set going, I'll go back, and I think that's a good idea. I start these this month, and then next month I'll start the whole thing again. So then all of my vegetables won't be ready at the same time. So I'll have a longer season. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So then next month, when I start my, next month I'm going to start my cucumbers, my zucchini, and maybe my bell peppers. And then I'll go back and plant more corn, carrots, and broccoli. So then I'll have more for each season. And trust me, I do grow these and I do eat these. If I can find a way to fit it in, I think that's more than enough dirt. I'll show a video or a clip of some of the vegetables that I did have success with in my garden from last year. Like I say, I grew summer squash, tomatoes. I had broccoli, but a critter got to it beforehand. It seems like it's a pretty decent amount of broccoli where I can do 2 of those also. So hopefully to have an even better success this year. You never know, but I think I'm on the right path, going about it the way that I'm going. So next, what I want to do is wet my soil. Get your little squirt bottle. Wet my soil. Because like I say, I want to create a greenhouse effect. And with the heat blowing directly over it, I think this is going to be excellent. So I have these bags here. I purchased them for something I was doing. Who's to say? Let's see, can I get one open? Okay. Okay. So what I will be doing is carefully putting my egg carton in here. Okay. Then I'm going to squirt the top of my bag, as you can see. Then I will be tying my bag. Let it get enough space. Get down to the very end. there we have it. And then, like I said, they're going to be sitting, my top came off, I have to fix that. They're going to be sitting directly under a heat vent that's in the ceiling. So every few days or something, I'll come and check, because I firmly believe that this will cause a greenhouse effect. Let's get back in there. So the humidity will build up in the bag between that. And if I need to move it and put it in the direct sunlight, then I'll move it. But I'm going to test this out and see what happens. My beans weren't that picky, so I just don't think this is going to be that picky either. So I'm going to go ahead and do that also for the corn, and I'll put that in there, and then I'll show you I have a big crate, and like I said, I'm going to keep it on the table directly under the heat and just let them do their thing. I put on my calendar what day that I started this so I can keep up with it, and I hope to have a good successful grow this year. So I'm going to go ahead and spray oh, and also one more thing. Can't forget that. I should have did that first. I'll do that for the corn. Make sure you label what you have grown. When it's time to transfer these into the soil, I do have, hold on one second, I'll be right back. I do have these plant labels, but last year, I cut it wrong. If I can remember, this year, I cut from the bottom side of these, and I had some laminating paper left over, and I just laminated around them. I took some skewers from barbecue, and I put them in the place of each vegetable, so I knew what vegetable I had. But that's for when it goes outside. So, but I have these to go outside also. So for now, I'm just going to write on the bag so I know what I'm looking at as they grow. And for future bags, I will go ahead and write what's on the bag before I do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and plant my broccoli, then clean up and put everything in the tray, and then I'll show you how I'm going to store these as I continue to grow. So be back in 1 second. So here's my finished product. I have my broccoli here, I have my carrots here, and I have my corn here. And I had this nice little cart that I was at a grocery store. I asked, could I have it? They said yes, so I took it. So I'm going to keep them here in this. It's enough room for 4 containers maybe. I have my little extra seeds in here, and I have some of my extra ties and things, just to keep things, you know, a little organized. I do have enough room for another egg. Yeah, 1 more egg container. So I'll be putting that in there also. I'm going to keep them, like I say, it's a heat vent directly above me. So I'm going to keep them up under that, keep the lights on for about 6 hours a day. I might have to go get a specific lamp to like just have that lamp on it to help out. I don't know. I might do that, or I don't know. But they will get the sunlight, the light they need. And if all fails, I'll take them, with this being so convenient, until I get all of them, I can start taking these upstairs, because I'm downstairs in the house. Take them to get daylight upstairs where it's, you know, more light or whatever. But either way it goes, I have faith that I'm going to have an even better year this year with my garden. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I will be keeping you up to date on the progress of this. So maybe in a month from now, I'll either, I can't say I'm going to do another whole video on what I've done, but maybe under my community post or whatever, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do like monthly updates of how everything is going, show you the new things that I'm planning next month, which again, I do believe I'm going to plant my cucumbers, zucchini, and maybe bell peppers next month. Maybe summer squash, I'm not sure. But I do have some peas, eggplant, and string beans that are totally different seeds. So I don't know. I just have to look at the packet and read and see, and I might do those also next month. And then these two are definitely, today is February, maybe by April, no, mid-March, I might go ahead and get these two because I'm really excited about these two. I'm really excited about growing my own loofah. Well, anyway, that's all for today's craft corner. I really hope you have enjoyed this. I have enjoyed making this, and I am really enjoying these craft videos. I have so much more to show you. A lot of crafts coming. I know I will be making wax melts for those who are interested. I'm also going to be making, I don't know if you can see this, but this is a t-shirt tote bag. So that's coming up in the real near future. This was so easy, and I had a lot of t-shirts, and I had a lot of fun making them. But I do recommend, as I said with the t-shirts for the DIY fabric softeners, invest in some good scissors, because cutting, it makes it so much easier. But yes, this is a t-shirt tote bag. So if you have old t-shirts, start getting them together, because you're going to really love. This is a no sewing machine, no sew craft. All you need is a t-shirt and scissors. So that's coming. Eventually I'm going to make soap. That'll be coming. Might try to hold off with me starting so late and missing Valentine's Day. That might be a Mother's Day craft or something. I have body butter. I mean, I just have a ton of crafts that are coming up, and we're just going to move forward with them. So again, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you next time on Craft Corner. Enjoy your day. Bye.